remember Google Now? Remember when
Google Now on tap?
Yeah, Now on tap, which was, and then they added like on-screen stuff. But basically the idea was, oh, we're Google. We know all this stuff about you. We see your calendar. We see your Gmail. So when you wake up in the morning, Google Now is going to tell you what you need to know right now, which is, oh, there's a little extra traffic on your way to work because I know where you work and I know how long it takes for you to get to work and when you typically leave. So leave 10 minutes earlier and you'll get there on time. And here's the things you're going to do when you get to work, and here's the calendar events and how you need to go from thing to thing. And that idea of great. Like knowing everything about you and being helpful for you is useful. It's helpful.
Well, speaking of nothing, we saw a random post from Essential, which, if you remember the Essential brand, the Essential PH1 was one of the greatest phones ever created.
One of the most acidic phones ever created, too.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah. So famously, Andy Rubin's phone company, it was supposed to be sort of like the pinnacle of what Android could be. It had a beautiful design. It was one of the first teardrop notch phones. It didn't have a headphone jack, and they added like a little pogo pin adapter to add a headphone jack, which was really lame, but it had a DAC in it. Anyway, it was really, really cool. It was a really cool company, and then they just disappeared sort of out of nowhere because they kind of like ran out of money. They also launched on Sprint in the United States, which was the stupidest thing you could possibly do.
Yep.
And then they disappeared for a long time. And then in 2021, Carl Pei bought the brand, and allegedly nothing was originally going to be called Essential. They were just going to take over the brand, and then they didn't, and they called it Nothing. So they've just done nothing with the Essential brand.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that they owned that brand.
Yeah.
Well, did they really announce it much back then, or like?
I think it was just
they
like
started
a
talking about
report.
it in the last couple. Like,
yeah, they didn't really announce it or do anything with it.
No. He did a video like a month ago about why they bought it, and what was cool about it is someone who works at Nothing now has the old Project Gem, the second phone they were going to release, the really skinny one.
Really skinny.
If you have a chance to watch the video, the funniest thing is the keyboard, because in order to fit the keyboard, so for anyone who doesn't know, Project Gem was an extremely thin phone, like a 4:1 aspect ratio.
Yeah.
And in order to fit the keyboard, it basically had to like diagonally go across the screen from left bottom to right upwards to fit everything, and it took like 3/4 of the screen up to just put an entire keyboard.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. Go watch that video if you want to see what Project Gem could have been.
But possibly in one of the biggest letdowns of all time, we see this post on Twitter that's just print "Hello World" from the Essential account, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's Essential coming back! Are they going to make another Essential phone? This is going to be amazing!" Because everyone forgot that Nothing had bought them, and then they just started posting about Essential Space, which is like the key on the new Nothing phones.
That's what that is.
It adds your stuff to the Essential Space. It's called the Essential Key, and it's like, wow, you really took a really amazing brand and you just used it for an AI feature that nobody really likes.
I probably wouldn't take the brand name. They did. The phone was really cool, and in hindsight it was, but it was getting memed on so hard because they called it the Essential phone right in the peak of
and they took
first
out
getting
the
rid of the
jack.
headphone jack.
That's true.
Like everyone was like, "What? The headphone jack's not essential?" And back then that was a crazier thing. And also, Andy Rubin just didn't have the best record.
Well,
which kind of really killed the company.
He did until his stuff happened, and then the Gem phone came out like right around when he got in trouble and exposed. So that was fun.
So I probably would also get, but it was a weird thing for them to tweet from the account.
Yeah. Everyone got all stoked, and then they were just like, "You can integrate to Google Calendar with the Essential Key," and everyone's like, "Oh no." Sad.
Yeah, I want the Essential Space to get better. I've talked about it in every new phone review I've done for a Nothing phone, just to see like how they've improved it over the time that it's been out, and it still doesn't sync anywhere. So I have this thing where I save links and I save things that I want to remember later, but right now I use raindrop.io, which is multi-platform, but the whole point is I can access it from anywhere. I can access it from my computer. I can save things from my computer. I can access stuff from my phone, save things from my phone. And this is a kind of useful tool, but it only works on your phone and only pulls from the stuff you've saved earlier on your phone. So if you have any other devices that you save stuff from, it won't show up here. So my number one ask for this is for it to get backed up somewhere. Maybe I can just access it from a browser or something. That would make it a multitude more useful for me.
Yeah.
And then from there, it can just be the place that I dump stuff that I want to remember later. That's kind of cool. They can add features there. It could be useful, add calendar events, whatever. But yeah, every time they announce a new phone, I go, it's still getting better, but I'm still not going to use it because I can only use it on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which theoretically, Google should have the ability to do all of those things because they have all your calendar data and all your
just
Drive
Google
data
Tasks.
and all your Gmail data.
I was just
And
gonna
all
say,
your
isn't that
task
just the
data.
Google Suite? Like everything you just described.
That's
is just
the
like
possibility
the
of the Google Suite, but
Well,
they
yeah.
haven't actually done anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why all these new AI browsers are popping up. Like OpenAI is reportedly working on their own browser. And the
Perplexities.
Perplexity has Comet. The whole value chain of that is that if you're talking to the AI model all the time, it learns more about you, so the browser can be more personalized. But Google's had the opportunity to do that for a really long time, and they haven't done it, which is very fun.
I mean, I don't know how you would train a model like that, so this could be a stupid question. But doesn't Google already have all that information? Like, why do I need to continually talk to it again? Like, it already
I don't think you
has
really
everything.
do.
Yeah.
I just think that they probably are trying to tread a fine line between privacy and figuring out how much of your data to use, and then also it's Google,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the
just-
answer.
I feel like they kind of were onto something a long time ago, but then never really finished it. Remember Google Now? Remember when
Google Now
they
on tap.
Yeah, Now on tap, which was, and then they added like on-screen stuff. But basically, the idea was, we're Google. We know all this stuff about you. We see your calendar. We see your Gmail. So when you wake up in the morning, Google Now is going to tell you what you need to know right now, which is, there's a little extra traffic on your way to work because I know where you work and I know how long it takes for you to get to work and when you typically leave. So leave 10 minutes earlier and you'll get there on time. And here's the things you're going to do when you get to work, and here's the calendar events and how you need to go from thing to thing. And that idea of like knowing everything about you and being helpful for you is useful. It's helpful. And yeah, Gemini could do some more of that, I think, but in general right now it's kind of not using it. Yeah.
Basically, the best Gemini feature now is to take a screenshot and have it added to your calendar.
Which is good. Yeah.
But
Same thing that
Not
Siri,
quite.
same thing Visual Intelligence does on the iPhone.
yeah.
If you use Apple Calendar.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Google Now got so watered down and just put into like the little pixel widget that's on like the top left.
It was so useful for so long.
Yeah.
It went away. Anyway,
Speaking of Google,
nice.
as usual.
all I added to that conversation.
That's nice.
I was reading about Raindrop IO. It looks pretty cool.
It's great.
It sounds pretty
I
cool.
just
Wait,
dumped
what is
links
that?
in there.
It's just like a save for later kind of place.
Basically, you remember Pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know how Pocket's kind of like going away?
yeah.
So I switched to this.
Didn't Pocket? They made a new Pocket called like Folio or something too.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
people.
So I need to
Back
try that
Pocket.
too.
Yeah, probably.
I've
think
been
that
using,
was-
because Pocket had an app that was native on a bunch of
Yeah.
platforms. So I had the Pocket app on my phone, my tablet, the browser extension, everything. So anytime I needed to say something for later, I just put it in my Pocket. And now that is like going away, Raindrop IO is essentially that.
Pocket has such better branding though.
It is.
Put
I
it
just
in
put
my
it
pocket.
in
Yeah,
my
so
pocket.
dope.
Perfect. Yeah.
What are you gonna say with Raindrop?
Put it in my raindrop.io.
Yeah, I don't love saying that
Put it
out
in my
loud.
bucket.
Not a
Wolfpack
great
did a whole
verb.
song about it.
In my back pocket.
In my back pocket.
It's true. But yeah, I use Raindrop now, and it's about the same thing. Hey, thanks for watching this clip. Another fun fact, little trivia fact. Lobster blood, clear. So, as far as you know, there could be lobster blood on your screen right now, right over the subscribe button. The only way to know is if you mouse over the subscribe button, if you see some liquid glass refraction happening, or if you don't. Either way, click the button. I just want you to know that you could have lobster blood on your screen right
Wait, if lobster blood is clear and iOS 26 is clear liquid glass, then is the new iPhone a lobster, which then is nothing copying the iPhone because it's a lobster?
Don't do that. Let him cook.
Nothing accidentally became the exact thing they're trying not to be.
Unreal.
I kind of blacked out when you said that.